Well, since we're in the mood to having a check out what's going on, we thought we'd come and have a look at all the bees that we've still got laying around the place. These fridge bees kind of had a bit of a hard time up here on the jolly plains and the wind and the shit. I don't know what happened, but anyway, they didn't make it through the winter, but a swarm turned up in the spring, and so it was only a really small little swarm, and it landed on the front of the box, and there was a bit of wax moth in here, so they've spent the last, I don't know, couple of weeks eating wax moth and getting things tidied up, and they've stayed, so that's good. They didn't abscond, so they're liking our fridge. If you want to see how you should get really organised, if you're in the Bush Bee Man Facebook group, or if you're not, you should join, because our mate Steve Stubbs on there, he's the captain of bloody fridge bee making. I tell you what, if anybody's going to teach you how to make a top bar beehive, hell, if this pandemic shit ever finishes or we get enough money, we might pop over to England and catch up with him. The great reveal. It's only a small little swarm that's decided to take up residence in here. Don't hold it too gracefully against me. But they've done a good job, because there was a few moths in here, and they've tidied it up very nicely. So I'd say they've got plenty of room to expand, because I think there's only about 4 frames there. I'll give them a little bit of smoke. They're not as angry as the neighbours. We'll just slide them along a little bit and have a bit of a review. All right, let's just slide that across a bit. See whether she's laying. Oh, someone's in here laying. Look at that, there's a little bit of something going on. She's having a bit of a struggle. As you can see, my wax moth got carried away while there was nobody in here. We'll scrape them off while we're going past. I think they're dead anyway. Can't see the boss yet. See how they're a bit quieter on the frame? That's what you want to see. You just want them chilled out a bit, but of course there's only a little few of these, so they might get angry when they get bigger, but you just want them sitting like that. Nice and relaxed. So they're just going about their business and they don't even give a toss whether you're here or not. Still got one more here, I reckon. Oh, that's not bad. See, she's going to get a few babies come up soon. I haven't seen her, but that's all right, because we can see where she's been. Where are you, boss chick? Are you in here somewhere, obviously? It's always a good sign when you've got a really small colony. You want to see that they actually got a little bit of spare nectar, because obviously when they're rearing their young, they're pretty busy eating all the food they're bringing in. And if you don't see a bit of glisten, like, it doesn't matter if you haven't got any capped honey, but at least you want to see this glisten around the edge of your brood frame, because that means at least they're getting something to eat. If you can't see any of that, well, perhaps you better substitute them or pick them up and put them somewhere where there's some more food. Have a look at the last one that's on the outside edge. I don't think they'll be doing too much with that, but we might as well have a bit of a peekaboo at that. She's laying on the outside there, and there's a bit more nectar coming in, which is good. Unless that's her here. Here she is. She's only little. Don't walk out the box, you idiot. Oh, down she goes. For our little swarm, that's not looking too bad. I reckon they should be all good in there for a little while. Hopefully they make it through the winter, but it's not even anywhere near winter yet. The only downside, of course, to a fridge hive is a bit bloody hard to move. So it is where you put it is where it is, unless you've got a forklift. I'm not sure what Steve does to move his hives around when they're full, but anyway, maybe he can tell you. Now we're just going to nick down and we're going to see how the girls that we pulled out of that cupboard in the shed got on. I don't know if you remember the cupboard in the shed, but we're going to go and see what happened to them. Cool, well, we'll just have a look how our shed cupboard bees are getting on as we're doing our review. If you remember, this was our first attempt at a bee net catching system, which probably wasn't particularly successful in some respects, but the girls are in a box and they're producing, and I walked past here the other day and thought, wow, they're getting pretty heavy, better come here and have a look and see if they need a super. Who knows when we pull the lid off just how excited they're going to be, but we'll have a look, shall we? A little bit of a puff of smoke in the chimney. I'll go down here on my knees because I'm old and disgraceful. I'm getting old and disgraceful, not old and graceful. So I have to get down on my knees because it's a bit awkward otherwise. Actually, we might make that a t-shirt, eh? Old and disgraceful. Or growing old disgracefully. I don't know. Anyway, we might figure something out. All right, we'll just undo our little strap. A little bit of a puff of smoke under the lid. Just count to 10 slowly. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. Sorry, 8, 9, 10. Right, here we go. Oh, it feels heavy. Even the lid feels heavy. I think there's some honey in here. Have a look at that! Now this is why you're meant to have a hive mat, because otherwise they build all this stuff in the roof. But if you have to come along to a hive and you find this, I just thought I'd do this for you. So if you haven't put your hive mat on your brood box, when you get the bees out, just make sure Her Majesty isn't up here. As a general rule, she won't be up here because it'll all be just honey stored in the top and she'll be in the base here still. Just sort of glance your eyes across here and make sure there's not actually any brood up here. And even so, if you've got this situation, put your lid towards the front. So if she happens to walk out of if she happens to be up here, if she happens to get out the front of the box, at least she knows where she's going. At the back of the box, she'll get horribly lost and get all confused because she's not that orientated, because she's not outside. No. It's not the end of the world if your bloody lid's full of honey either, even though there's great excitement on the internet telling you it's a rookie mistake and all the rest of it, which it technically is, but it's not that big a disaster, okay? Just calm down, everybody. So we're going to put our lid on the ground. And we'll just sit her down there. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's nobody in there that's important, but we don't want her to get lost. If you just glance your eyes sideways, you can see whether there's any brood in there. This is all just honey. We're going to actually have to go and find ourselves a queen excluder, so we're going to want to clean this honey off the top of our frames, which is a bit of a pest. We're just going to smoke the ladies off the honey, which they're trying to clean up already. They're actually not too crazy, so you never know. These blooming shed bees might be keepers. So we're just going to take this bit of honey off the top, because if you actually don't do that, when you put your queen excluder on there, you're going to crush all that honey and it's all just going to make a sticky mess in their house. You know how excited your partner gets when you go inside with honey and sticky shit everywhere? The girls aren't much different. They don't like sticky stuff everywhere. Just be a bit nice to them. Even though they make the honey, they want it in a nice situation where it's all capped off and keep being friendly. So just keep that in mind. Now they're getting a bit excited to see us. That's a bit thick there. That looks yummy anyway. Oh, right, so let's just push this open a bit. Have a look what's going on. Oh, look at that, she's doing a good job. Sit that there for a second. I'm just trying to decide whether we're going to shake the ladies downstairs and put some new frames in here, but because these are all the cutout frames that we hung the bees on. As you would know, if you've watched more than one episode, you'd see how we hang our frames on the cutouts. So it's a little untidy, but it's not terrible. But it's not completely ideal to have quite such an excitement in your brood box, because going forward you're going to have to check your brood box twice a year, so you want it to read. Yeah, that was through the end of my glove. Did I got a hole in my glove or what's going on with that? Oh, you little sodder. Oh dear, oh dear. The brood looks healthy, that's a good start. They're not happy to see us, but they're not too crazy. Not completely crazy anyway. Oh, that was an exciting time trying to catch you lot. I reckon what we're going to do, because you see how the mess it all still is from the cutout, I reckon we're going to have a go and shake her off. Bring some frames over here. We've got a new box over there, so I reckon we're going to try and shake some of these messy ones off, put that above the queen excluder, and we'll clean things up a little bit so they got a bit better spot to work in. And hopefully next time when we pull her apart, she won't be quite so toey to see us. If we find her, that'll be awesome, but that's not guaranteed. So what I'm going to go and do now, I'm going to go and get myself another super box, and we're going to shake the bees off into this box. Hopefully we'll see the queen, and we see the queen, we can stop shaking them, because that's all we want to do. We want to make sure the queen's down here, and then we want to put the messy brood frames that we've used from a cutout to stick on these frames, and we want to put them above the queen excluder. The bees are going to raise the young that's in here, then ultimately they'll turn that into honey, and all your brood will be down the bottom on some nice frames that are easy to look at, and when you go and do your inspection it doesn't make such a bloody mess, which is what we've got at the minute. Are we confused yet? Hopefully not too confused. Okay, so we've got an empty box. So this is just an empty box with a free bottom board, so we don't have to get any muck in it. We're just going to shake all the bees off every frame that we want to remove, and we're going to put those brood frames up the top. So ultimately this is going to be the super box, okay? So just keep that in mind. We've got to make sure the queen's not up there, otherwise it's kind of defeating the purpose of what we're trying to achieve. So the concept is we shake them all off, or we find the queen and we can put her down bottom, and then we're all good. Now the fun part, when you've got a cutout, you've got to make sure, because you end up with these folds, which is what you actually want to be getting rid of. You want to make sure that you've got the bees out of those folds, otherwise the queen, she's just as likely to be hiding in there, and then what we're trying to achieve is defeat it. So just keep that in mind, all right? Right, that's empty, so we're going to pop that in the middle. Have a look at this one. In the shade, it's a bit hard to see what we're doing, but it's going to be all right. She's got some nice young in there. Pop that in that way. I'll give them a bit more smoke because they're not happy to see us. So we're tearing their house apart. But you will be happy later on, chicks, because it's all going to be good. You just don't know it yet. That looks another one that we've got the cut-out frames on. That's a fresh one, but I can't tell. That's all right, that's a proper one, so we'll put that across a bit. It's definitely a box full of bees anyway, that's for sure. What have we got going on, chicks? I still reckon that, look, that must still be a cutout because it's the other side of the wire. How, it must have been, how big, do you remember how big this was? We might have to go back and check the footage. Rightio, I reckon that next one maybe is good. They've definitely been busy. We might get rid of this. I think we're going to put them all upstairs. Then we'll have a nice, neat new box. It's all a bit of a mess because I think we must have had the whole lot of these frames filled up with all this cutout stuff. I notice we've got one here that's actually a bit far away from the wall, so they've got it stuck up pretty bad. It looks like it's got some drone comb, but that's all right. Get out the way, chicks. Come on. Come on, out the way. Oh dear, that's a mess.
That's a bit messy, John.
Wow. Yeah, okay, when we go and get our bucket, we're going to need to go and get something to put that lot in because that's a bit of a mess. We've got a whole heap of honeycomb stuck to the side of the box. You girls were definitely running out of room, weren't you? Let's not make your life too complicated though, we'll stick that up here. Now if you ever see honeycomb stuck to the side of your box, just be a bit careful that the boss lady isn't hiding behind there because you can find there's nice little tunnels. It's not a flat surface, they don't want that, they've actually made that little bit extra room. So you don't want your queen hiding back there. So when you take that off, if you're in the brood box, you're taking that honey off the side of your box, just remember she could be there. She's probably not. But the last thing you want to do is drown Her Majesty because, hell, then they've got to wait a whole month to raise a new one. And that is not in your best interest as the beekeeper because that just takes away from their fact to be collecting honey for you. Try to keep it in one piece, if we possibly can. Hopefully she's not hiding back there because that can happen though. But at least they've sealed it off pretty good, which is nice. So you make sure you shake all your gels off. Just have a bit of an extra check. Then we'll lay that on top of the hive mat that's about to be a hive mat. Then they can reconstitute that. Get that little bit of honey out the floor. Stick that up there. Well, since we've turned their whole world upside down, I'm just as likely to take that one out of there too because that looks a bit yucky. All of this honeycomb will be a little bit ordinary to put through the extractor, so we'll probably come back and crush it out. But for now, we're going to make them a nice, neat new home. There's the only frame that was one new one, I think. So maybe we'll leave that down the bottom for them. Now, obviously, all the bees now, they've all run to the side of the box. So now when you put your frames in, just be a little bit loving, okay? Don't bloody get too carried away. You just want to slide them in, just nice and gentle so everybody can run out the way. The idea is not to make too big a mess. Gently, gently, gently goes the frames. Don't worry about going right to the edge straight away. Now obviously they're going to build this up, make beautiful fresh brood comb, and then they'll make a nice neat home. So when you come to do your inspections, you won't be wrecking stuff. I'll slip that last one in there. Right now all the nurse bees are thinking, this is not looking good, we've lost all our family. That's all right, we'll just smoke them off the edge. Then we'll find our queen excluder. This will keep the boss downstairs, which is what we want. So we're going to pop all the brood that's in here on the top. So the nurse bees will all run up into that and look after all the young and hatch them out. And then if you're really keen, you can do one or two things. You can either come back in about a month when it's all hatched out and just take it away and then put all fresh up here. If you haven't got time to do that, you can just come back, and when there's a honey harvest, you just take this away, take those old frames out, run them through the extractor or into a crusher or whichever way you get your honey out. So you'll have new frames down here that you can actually easily inspect, and you'll have new frames up the top eventually that you can easily extract. So, and that's the way to love your cutouts. So we've got ourselves a mat on the top, so we've got a hive mat now. If we can put our lid back on top, the girls will probably reconstitute most of this honey into the new frames. If they're on a really hectic honey flow, well, hell, you can just take that honey out of the lid and put it in a bucket and take it home and eat it. But we're not on a really hectic honey flow there at the moment because it's kind of in between. It's kind of like early summer. And so we're just waiting for some red gums to flower. So there is a little bit of nectar, but it's not really crazy. So I'm just going to give them back their food. Don't want that honey dripping down everywhere. So you're going on top of your hive mat. Make sure she's not up there, which will suck. It's not the end of the world if she happens to end up the top anyway, but it's not what you're trying to achieve. There we go.
And that's going to sit up there like that, and that'll make a big sticky mess that they can figure out.
So you want to come back in about a fortnight or so just to make sure all this is going good. The girls are all reorientated. You can pull the top box off, which should have bred out a fair bit. Just make sure the queen's downstairs laying, so you've achieved what you wanted to. If she happens to be up here laying still, well, you got to find her and chase her downstairs, and away you go again. Well, being that this is independent, you could probably put this box on a... Oh, shut up. Anyway, there you go.